do you do the box method? Okay, first off, you see, are there any, or actually, before that, let's draw a box with 4 sections. Okay, draw a box with 4 sections. Haddon was doing this yesterday. We're doing the opposite of what Haddon was doing yesterday. So it's the opposite of what you were doing yesterday, but with the box. Okay? Now, place the first, by the way, are there any common factors? I'm supposed to do that first. Any common factors? No, other than one. What's up? Okay. So you're going to place the first term in the top left, and you're going to place the last term in the bottom right. So place the first term in the top left, the last term in the bottom right. First term in the top left, last term in the bottom right. Okay? All right. Next, you're going to multiply these two terms together. So 3y squared times negative 5. What's 3y squared times negative 5? Negative 15y squared, okay? I'm going to draw a T underneath there. So you put the first term in the top left, the last term in the bottom right, and then you multiply them together. We're doing this because a is greater than 1. All right, and we're going to play a game here. I have to think of two terms that multiply to negative 15y squared, but add to negative 2y. How do you multiply to a negative sign-wise? Negative and a positive, okay? So I'll put a negative there, positive there. Uh-oh, spoiler alert. And I'm going to put a y here and a y here because you have to have a y because y times y is y squared. What multiplies to negative 15 and adds to negative 2? Uh-oh, negative 5 and 3. So negative 5y times 3y is negative 15y squared. Negative 5y plus 3y is negative 2y. Okay? All right. Raphael, is this life-changing yet? Okay. You're now going to put these two pieces into these two spots. It doesn't matter where you put which. Where do you want to put the negative 5y? Top right or bottom left? Where do you want to put it? Let's put it right here, top right. I'll put 3y in the bottom left. So you're going to put one in the top right, one in the bottom left. It doesn't matter what goes where, okay? So put those. We're doing the opposite of what Haddon did yesterday. Because Haddon multiplied. We're basically doing the opposite of multiplying here, okay? So that's why I say that. All right. Now we're going to factor vertically and horizontally. Okay, so vertically means up and down. So what you're going to do is you're going to ask yourself, these two terms right here, what is their greatest common factor? What's the greatest common factor of 3y squared and 3y? What does 3 and 3 have in common? 3. What about y squared and y? Y. So whatever they have in common, you'll put on top. Okay? And then we'll do the same thing here. What does 5y and 5 have in common? What do these two have in common? 5, and I heard a negative, and you're going to get to that right in a moment. So they have 5 in common. 5y and 5 have 5 in common. Now, we now need to know what sign to put between these two. So what sign do we put between these two? You read the sign of that. Is that positive or negative? Negative or negative 5y, so that'll be a minus. So there's part of your answer right there. So now we're going to factor horizontally. What's 3y squared and 5y have in common? What's 3 and 5 don't have anything besides 1? What about y squared and y? Y. By the way, if they don't have, oh, we're going to get to that right here. Okay, so jumping ahead, my bad. What does 3y and 5 have in common? You can't think of anything, so what do they always have in common? 1, so you have to put 1 here. All right. And then what do you put for the sign? You read this one right here. Is it positive 3y or negative 3y? Positive, so you put a plus there. And so my final answer is going to be 3y minus 5 times y plus 1. And that's my answer.